All right, let's jump into this first story. We have this tweet from Miranda Devine. She says, in 2018, Hunter Biden claimed he owned the house where Joe Biden kept classified documents alongside his Corvette in the garage. Take a look at this. On this silly little document, you can see, I can't even scroll down. I got to do it this way. Here we go. You scroll down and you can see right here, monthly rent, $49,910. He lived there, move-in date, March 2017 to February 2018. So 11 months, he's paying his dad $50,000. And you can see current address is the Wilmington address. What's Hunter doing spending 10 times the high end for rent to live in this house? I mean, look, you want to talk about the documents that should not have been in those properties. You want to talk about who else had access to those documents at his UPenn office as well as his house. And it all sounds very dirty. And then from that, we're now kind of discovering that Hunter Biden, I think this is evidence of funneling money surreptitiously to his dad. Now, I want to say proof, but it is possible he fabricated that number. And he's trying to make it seem like he spends a lot of money. I don't know why you would do that. So I think this is very, very strong evidence that that's what he was doing. He was funneling money to his dad.
Well, it is a lot of money, and it doesn't really make sense in that particular neighborhood. But Hunter Biden is a big spender. He spends tens of thousands of dollars on sex workers and on a lot of drugs. There's also a text message that the New York Post is reporting on, specifically detailing how Hunter Biden allegedly was covering a lot of his family expenses and giving as much as 50% of his earnings to his father. This is according to some of the text messages through the laptop that were leaked. One specific text message reads, quote, "I hope you all can do what I did and pay for everything for this entire family for 30 years. Hunter raged to his daughter Naomi in January 2019. It's really hard, but don't worry. Unlike Pop, I won't make you give me half your salary." That's Hunter Biden texting his daughter. That's pretty telling there.
Yeah,
what we say?
Yeah. What we see here is evidence of washing money. Like you said, I'm not going to say proof, but this looks like they're doing the laundry. And I think this is real. There's two things. MAGA came in the House. You just had Matt Gaetz on Friday. MAGA's really going to do the church-like commission, and that's going to put pressure on Biden. That's why we're starting to see some of these things come out, in my opinion. And they have to look impartial. So now they can say we're going after Trump and Biden. And then on top of that, I don't think Democrats want Biden in 2024. Are you serious?
Yeah.
So it solves two problems for them, I think. And Joe Scarborough's on TV along with Mika going after Biden because he's handled this sloppily. They had the message like, we don't think there's any more documents out there. Then how many did we see? 3 or 4 now? Yeah, the number one thing with crisis management is you nip it in the bud. You say, here's everything, and then you don't have to talk about it anymore. So something's wrong. I think he's in danger.
You brought up a very good point because, the corporate media usually regurgitates any slop he throws on the floor, and they love it. They suck it right up. They spit it right at you, looking at you, smiling as their propaganda and their bullcrap. They got him elected. If it wasn't for the corporate media, Joe Biden hiding in his basement would not be president of the United States right now. Also social media, also the intelligence agencies, also a lot of black money. But that's a separate topic here. So I do think there's something behind the scenes happening right now. It could be him saying, hey, I'm going to be running in 2024. I want to be the next president of the United States. And some powerful people saying, no, you're not. You're going to play ball and you're going to give this to Buttigieg or Kamala or Oprah or Michelle, whoever it may be. But I think there's a larger power struggle, and it might not even be around the election. It could be something related to the collapse of the economy. The globalists or internationalists, the shadowy elites could be like, we're going to crash this economy under your watch. He's like, nope, don't do it. Who knows what's going on here, but this smells a foot here because this doesn't really add up to what usually happens in Washington, D.C.
I think it's weird because Joe Biden is the establishment. They don't need to do this to get rid of him. They could just be like, all right, hey, buddy, we're not going to have you run in 2024. And I'll go, okay. Unless they want to get rid of him early. Then they're like, okay, here's how we're going to get you out early. We're going to find documents. You're going to apologize. It's going to be no big deal. And then you're going to resign.
What if Jill doesn't like Kamala? That's allegedly out there in the wind. And if he steps down, it would have to be Kamala, at least at first. Do you think it's possible that I don't think they tell them directly. These are all signs that, Joe, your time's up. I don't think there's any secret meeting where they come in and say, Joe, don't run. But what if Kamala's next in line and they're like, we don't want Kamala. We want Buttigieg or Hakeem Jeffries or
At
whoever
this point,
else.
it's McCarthy.
McCarthy.
If Joe and Kamala are out, the next in line for the presidency is the speaker.
Well, I mean, if
For
Joe's
2024, we're
2024,
talking about.
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't think they need to do this to stop Joe from running in 2024.
Yeah.
They just need to not give him the IV drugs they've been giving him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just let him fall asleep.
Man, 50,
Don't run him.
Well,
There's only so many replicas of him that they have, okay? So they might be running out.
And they're getting worse. They're like degrading in quality.
Joe Biden, number 5, is not doing too well, okay? Sorry, Ian, you had a
it's
point.
just $50,000 a month in rent is complete. It's not normal. That can't. Not, I don't know if I could say that can't be real. Is it possible that an apartment building
way.
is 10?
No.
Yeah, it doesn't seem real.
50,000?
Either he's lying.
Tons of people have gone through the rentals in the area, and the highest is 6,000,
So it's
and
money-
the average is like 3. The IRS would, in any other circumstance, would look at this and be like, "Oh yeah, it's illegal."
Yeah, I would think so. Or he's lying.
I'll put it this
Maybe
way:
that's also illegal.
What? So if like Ian, let's say I want to give you $1 million. You've got to pay a gift tax on it. There's a bunch of things you can do, but there's like 15,000 is the yearly tax limit. If I pay you $1 million, you got to pay income tax on it. And so you get people who are like, how can I get the money to someone in a certain way, right? Okay, how about I buy a painting for $1 million, sit on it for a little while, then claim it's only worth $1, sell it to you for $1. You can then say, oh, it appreciated to $1 million, and now you have $1 million asset. You still have to pay taxes on it. I think what this is evidence. So anyway, my point with that is the IRS tracks for these things because you can't just give the money to someone. Now, rental income is still going to have, it's going to be taxed. So what I think this is evidence of is not necessarily that Hunter is trying to secretly give money, as a gift. I think what he's trying to do is clean the money. The money's dirty. So he's giving his dad $50,000 a month in rent so that Joe can claim on his taxes rental income and then pay the taxes on it, and now it's clean.
Yeah, at its face, that's what it looks like. If Hunter's taking money, dark money.
now, isn't this very blatant? I mean, this is out in the open. So why would he think he wouldn't get caught here?
Because
Because
they are
he's
the
Hunter
deep state.
Biden?
It's
Because he already got away with so many things. Today, he's also in court demanding that his 4-year-old daughter, who he had with a stripper, not take his last name. So that's what he's up to today. That doesn't really say, the best things about him. These kind
Those
of
kind
actions.
of actions don't scream good father.
Yes.
They're trying to erase the Biden name from. Is
This
this a female a
4-year-old
bastard as
girl,
well?
4-year-old daughter.
He's
Were they born out of
claiming that
wedlock?
it's a curse. And that
The
she would-
Biden name?
Yeah. He's like, she wouldn't live a normal
Yeah,
life.
he's trying to claim he's protecting her from the abuse that she might get for the Biden name.
Which
It's
he must have been madly abused. I mean, if he thinks that his kid's going to be abused, I would have a feeling that maybe he was too.
he's playing games with it. He just doesn't want her to get the Biden name. So he's saying, I'm trying to help you. Don't take the name. But the name actually would help her.
Yo,
'Cause she-
Hunter is going to blow the lid on this stuff in like a decade, in the next decade.
He
He's
already
gonna-
did.
When
Yeah.
Joe Biden passes away, the way Hunter's going to be coming clean on all this crap.
Now, did you see they are so cold-hearted. They hung up stockings for Christmas and didn't include that granddaughter. No,
Yeah.
they included the dog, the cat, everybody. Now, I think her name was Navy. I
I'm
forgot
not
her
sure.
name. Her
But
name.
that's cold.
Yeah, that's the
That's
word.
messed up.
Is the word still bastard if it's a girl?
That's a good
I
question.
don't think so. I think it's just a boy, but let me double check.
A bastet?
Best that.
And then on top of that, I forget which news outlet it was. They wrote a headline saying that Joe Biden has 6 grandkids. He really has 7. So the media, so whatever Biden does in his personal life, that's his decision, as bad as it looks. But why would the media not report accurate numbers?
Yeah, and the statistics with fatherless homes are absolutely shocking. When you really start to look at what happens to a family when the father is not there, it is absolutely horrendous. It is absolutely horrible. The possibilities of arrest, of jail, of murder, of assault, of crime skyrocket up dramatically. Now, when you have, a father who's in politics, who's been in politics for so long, in Washington, D.C. for so long, being the career politician that he is, that usually means he has to neglect being there at home. Or if he was at home, he was maybe trying to get into some showers that some kids were into. But that's a separate story. I don't want to even get into great detail here. But I think it's fair to say that Joe Biden hasn't been the best father, as of course Hunter Biden isn't really showing the best kind of father figures. He isn't really the best role model here in this particular example.
As far as I can tell, bastards can be women, boys or girls, any child born out of wedlock. Also, bastard, also historically called whoreson. That's whoreson, the full word whoreson. Wow. Isn't that incredible?
Whoreson.
That's vicious. That's a vicious label. I don't want that label. That's a vicious one.
Whoreson.
They were like, no, bastard is better. Okay.
So they don't. How about snow? You know that's
Yeah, from Game of Thrones?
yeah, that way it sounds cool.
Yeah. Snow's cool.
Yeah. What you should get?
Center of the
What if the
wall.
judge was like, you can't be a Biden, but you can be a Snow? You get a name from somewhere. Yeah. What a sad family, man.
It's
Yeah.
like a royal family kind of. They act kind of like that with that drama and money.
You know what I was thinking earlier? Imagine aliens came to our planet and landed in America, and they said, "Take me to your leader." What would they think?
They blow us up.
Yeah, they'd just be like, "This isn't worth it." Like, just gone. There's a story that just came out.
Maybe that's why they're not visiting. I mean, I mean, these are ants.
They show up,
Like
they
it's
see
us
Biden,
looking
they
at
turn
ants. Yeah. Like, who's calling the shots here? This guy? No.
No.
No, I don't know. I think if they did show up, they would treat us the way we treat like animals. You know, we'd sit back and watch, and then it's funny because you ever watch Meerkat Manor?
No, I haven't seen
It's
that.
like all the meerkats, they go to war with like the meerkats have war in tribes and stuff. And, they talk about the leader and they give him silly names. That's what the aliens are probably doing. They're like, the Biden family is ridiculed by many. Well, I don't know if the aliens have British accents or anything like that.
I forgot who I was watching over the weekend, but it was a YouTube video that made the argument that if we do get visited by aliens, that alien would be artificial intelligence. Because if you want to have that kind of long travel, if you want to, of course, send something, why not just send an AI robot?
Yeah.
So
that's what Elon wants to do with the Tesla bot. Everything Elon Musk does is to get to Mars, and I think he knows that it's very difficult to get out of there with the radiation, all that. Yeah, I agree with that.
Thanks for watching this clip from the Timcast IRL podcast. Hang out with us live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. and become a member over at timcast.com for uncensored, members-only shows exclusive. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all next time.